Hi, this is Paulette from the Magical Needle, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how I make little cat stuffed ornaments. You could also do this if you want to make little ghost ornaments as well, which I've done before. So basically, I go online, I find a free cat outline shape, I print it out, I just pin it to fabric, and then I use applique scissors and I cut out the shape. So I cut out the shape and I remove the pins. So I have my little cat shape. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part opening because this is where we're going to stuff the cat, and this is where we're going to add some twine to hang the ornament. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to start here and you're going to sew a quarter of an inch around. Just go slow. Try to go all the way around. And then you're going to stop here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stuff it with polyfill. And then I'm going to show you how I add the twine. Now this is going to be raw edge. So what I like to do is I use small pinking shears when I'm done sewing, and I just cut really close to the edge of it with the little pinking shears. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so I sewed a little over here, and now I'm going to sew around the body. And I'm using a 1/4 inch foot on my machine just because it's just easier, I think, and more accurate to go around the curves. And I'm using my plastic stick because that helps as well. See how it's easy to go around using the 1/4 inch foot. I'm going to make around an inch opening, and then I'm just going to backtrack it to lock the stitch in place. And now I'm going to stuff this with the polyfill. So one thing I forgot to mention is if you have little rhinestones, you could make little eyes and a nose only if you want, just to give it a little bling. Or you could even use your decorative stitches as well for the eyes and the nose. Sometimes I do that. Now I also cut a piece of twine that's 8 inches. If you want it longer, you just cut a longer piece. So I'm gonna put the rhinestones on before I finish stuffing this. Usually I do it beforehand, but I forgot. You could also do a cute little collar too in rhinestones. Now I have this hot fix that I use. It's really easy and fast, or you could even use rhinestones that come with the glue, but then you have to wait. I like the hot fix, and it's really inexpensive as well. So I'm just about finished with my cat. Now, when you are sewing along here, if you feel that you're having trouble sewing with that 1/4 inch foot, just use a regular foot. You could even use a zipper foot because you could get right up in there without worrying about it getting stuck while you're sewing. And you'll be able to actually probably get a little more room, considering it's all filled, so it's kind of hard to sew along here. So the next thing I'm going to do, is, and this is completely optional, is I have these pinking shears. So I am going to just pink along the edge. That's all. It's optional. And then also sometimes before, what I do too is I will try to, depending if I feel like it, I will pink along here before I even start to sew. So this way, this part's already pinked. So I finished. I pinked along the sides, and I used a really narrow pinking scissor. But like I said, that's optional. The other thing I did was I added a little ribbon. I thought that would be really cute. And I just tied it, and then I pinked along the edge so it doesn't fray. And then since one piece of the ribbon was sticking up, I just glued. I used a little bit of fabric glue, and I just glued that down just so it stays. So I hope this inspires you to create something magical.